Today I'm going to show you how to make this easy overnight no-knead yeast bread. It's easy and it's delicious. To make this really easy overnight no-knead bread, all we need is some flour, salt, yeast, water, and olive oil, and that is it. So let's just get started. We're going to start with 1.5 cups of warm water. You want this to be about 100 to 110 degrees. That helps your yeast to activate. Just go ahead and put that right on into your bowl. And to that, we're going to add 3¼ cups of flour. Now you can use bread flour, you can use all-purpose flour, you can even use fresh milled flour if you'd like. But today I'm just going with all-purpose flour. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3¼ cups of this all-purpose flour. It's right on into your bowl. And next we want some yeast. I'm going to use my Red Star Active Dry Yeast. I like buying it in these 2-pound containers, and I just keep it in the freezer and it stays good for years and years. So I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of this yeast. Now the reason why we're only using a little bit of yeast, just 1/2 teaspoon, is because this is an overnight bread, and if you add too much it's going to rise too fast and it's going to overproof. Using just 1/2 teaspoon will let this be an overnight bread. And next I'm going to add some salt. This is my Redmond's Real Salt. Love this salt. I highly recommend it. I'm going to use 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. You definitely want to pour it not over your bowl so that you don't over pour it and then ruin the rest of your ingredients. 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. There we go. And isn't it such a pretty color? It's kind of like the pink Himalayan sea salt. If you don't have any of this kind of salt, then you can just use plain old white table salt. That works just fine. And next we want some olive oil. You can really use any kind of oil that you want. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of this olive oil. I recommend like a light tasting oil, or you can even use 1 tablespoon of melted butter if you'd rather do that. Now these are all of our ingredients already. I'm going to use my spurtle, and I'm just going to mix up these ingredients until I have a nice shaggy ball of dough. You can also use a stand mixer if you'd rather do that, but this is so easy to mix together that I'd rather not dirty up my mixer doing this. It's just an easy 1 bowl bread. So just take a minute, give it a really good mix, and like I said, you're looking for a shaggy ball of dough. Okay, I've just taken about a minute to mix up my ingredients, and look at this. This nice shaggy ball of dough has formed, and this is exactly what you want your ball of dough to look like. It's shaggy, it's rustic, it's not real smooth or anything like that because this is a no-knead bread. So you just want to mix it up until it looks about like this. Now if yours is a lot more wet than this one, then go ahead and add about 1/8 cup more of flour, mix it up really well, and then if you need more, go ahead and add some more. You want it to look about like this. It's a no-knead bread, so we don't have to knead it or do anything else at this point. We are just going to cover it up with some plastic wrap. And this is an overnight bread, so I'm going to go ahead and let this sit on my countertop just like this, anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. So I will show it to you in the morning. I'm probably going to let mine go about 12 hours, and I'll show it to you then. It's early the next morning, and this dough has been sitting on my countertop for about 12 hours. Now it's time to shape the dough. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on my dough mat. And you can tell that the dough is super sticky, and that's exactly how it should be. So I'm just going to turn this out of the bowl using my little bowl scraper. This really helps to get the dough out. Now I'm going to add a little bit of flour on top of this. Now this is a no-knead bread, so we're definitely not going to be kneading this, but we are going to flip it around a few times and just make it a little bit more manageable and easier to work with, because right now it's really sticky. There we go. Now we just want to shape it into a nice round ball of dough. So I'm just going to take the side and kind of pull it up and toward the middle. Okay, then I'm going to pinch that seam together and then flip it over. There we go. Now, if you want your dough to set up a little bit more, then take your hands like this and pull them towards you. Flip it, do the same thing several times, and that'll just help your dough to set up a little bit more, be a little bit higher. That looks great. Now that we have our dough shaped into this really pretty boule, I'm gonna go ahead and let it rise one more time for 30 minutes. But first I'm gonna transfer it over to the silicone bread sling. These are so handy when you're making Dutch oven breads. Helps you just put your bread in and get it out so easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this over to this bread sling, and I'm gonna let it rise for 30 minutes. Now, while it's rising, you wanna go ahead and get your oven preheated to 450 degrees. And I'm gonna put my Dutch oven into the oven and let it preheat also. Another thing that I like to use when I'm baking breads in my Dutch oven is to use a trivet. This goes at the bottom of your Dutch oven, and it just helps your bread to not get a little bit too brown, burned, a little bit too crunchy on the bottom. This helps a ton. So this is a cast iron trivet, and I just put it right on into my Dutch oven. You can use this with cast iron Dutch ovens or enamel Dutch ovens or anything you want. And it just goes at the bottom, and it just helps elevate your bread off the bottom. Now, you don't want to use these without using some parchment paper or a bread sling, because your bread will kind of get stuck in those little holes. I've done that before. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this into the oven, let it preheat, let this rise for 30 minutes, then we're gonna score it and throw it in the oven. It's time to score the dough for our overnight no-knead bread. So I have my bread loam right here, and I'm just gonna do a really simple score. I'm just gonna take it down the middle and off to the side. This is called a leaf score. A leaf with a stem. The stem is the middle. Now, scoring is just real pretty, but it also helps keep your bread from bursting in the oven as it cooks. So it's a really important step, but it's also really pretty, and it's fun to be a little bit creative. Now, I've had my Dutch oven preheating in the oven. I've had my oven preheating to 450 degrees. So this Dutch oven is really hot. So now I have my dough on my bread sling, and I'm just gonna lift it up and put it in the Dutch oven. Isn't that so easy? I love that. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put the top on. There we go. And you want these sticking out of the sides. Now I'm gonna throw this Dutch oven into the oven and let it bake at 450 degrees for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna take the top off and let it bake for another 10 to 15 minutes. I'll show it to you then. It's been 30 minutes, so it's time to take the lid off of the Dutch oven. Oh, look how good that bread looks. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let it brown up just for another 10 to 15 minutes. I just got our overnight no-knead Dutch oven bread out of the oven, and look how good it looks. Let's go ahead and use this bread sling to easily get it out of that Dutch oven. Isn't that so nice? I love the bread slings. Okay, let's check out this beautiful loaf of bread. Look how pretty it is. You can see the stem and the leaves, really pretty. This isn't a sourdough bread, but it is just as pretty as one. Okay, let's look at the bottom. Oh, look at that. That turned out so nicely because of the trivet in our Dutch oven. It didn't get too brown, it didn't burn. That trivet made all the difference. I really like using the trivets. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool just for a few minutes on this rack. Normally, when I get my bread out of the oven, I like to rub it with butter, wrap it in a tea towel, and then let it cool. But since this is a crusty bread, I'm just gonna let it cool on the rack just for a little bit, and then I'll cut into it and we'll check out the inside. This bread is almost too pretty to cut into. Isn't it such a pretty little loaf? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this and we'll check it out. Oh, it looks so good. Look at that. What a nice loaf of bread. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bite of this piece. It's such a good yeast bread. I love no-knead yeast breads, and this one tastes just fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into the middle just so we can see the very middle, kind of like it's a sourdough loaf. Let's check out the crumb of this no-knead overnight yeast bread. perfect. Look at that. That looks beautiful and it's so delicious. Definitely give this recipe a try. I'm gonna store this crusty bread in one of our beeswax bread bags. These are bread bags that my daughters and I make together. And these are 100% cotton and they're infused with organic beeswax and organic jojoba oil. This is a great healthy way to store your bread. And don't they look cute on the countertop? I'll leave a link down below for these beeswax bread bags and also the printable recipe for this overnight no-knead bread. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see you next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each knead, ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care in Robin's kitchen.